already. This is going to be exciting.
And the guy restarts up to go. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Just a few laps into this. Oh, the 37's getting loose. Oh, and he saves it. Oh, they're going 3 wide.
We've got a 5-way fight for the win of this race coming to 4 laps to go. He's gonna win it here in spectacular fashion.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Hidden Whip Brewing Company Xfinity Series here in the Goat Locker Racing League. I'm Eddie Smith. Thank y'all for watching here on V-Speed tonight. Well, we're at the world's fastest half mile. That's Bristol, baby, and we're here for the Hidden Whip Brewing Xfinity Series. Fresh off a win by Jake Ellingson last week at Phoenix. Going to follow it up with one of the best racing tracks on, well, in the world, in real life, but on iRacing, one of the best racing tracks that there exists. It's concrete jungle. It's all of the cheesy catchphrases, but it's just damn fun. That's the point of Bristol. It's going to be a blast in these Xfinity cars. Got to thank our sponsors, Hidden Whip Brewing Company, Find Your Escape, Lincoln Tech for their sponsorship of the entire spring series. Check them out at Lincoln Tech. Want to thank our other sponsor, Save22, save22.bet. Go check out Tuesday Talk today. Patrick Dravick, our own on there. Go check them out. Definitely worth listening to. Well, let's break it down tonight. What are we expecting? Well, we're expecting mayhem. This is a incredibly fast track, half mile, steep bank, and everybody loves it and knows it. And you can see how many folks you can fit in a place like this. It's like a football stadium, but way cooler. Concrete track means they'll be slipping and sliding all over the place. You see that the 26 to 30 degrees means you can carry a lot of speed in these corners. And you'll see the high line, you'll see the low line, you'll see a little bit in between, and you'll see a lot of carnage, most likely. Glad to have everybody in here tonight. If you're in chat, let us know. Let me know who is in chat as we check out our drivers on cam tonight. We got George Jewell is qualifying starting to finish up. You got Jake Limpke there, the number 37. Patrick Dravick, just talking about him. Jamie Limpke there at the bottom left, getting all the coughing it out. And you got Jake Ellingson, last week's winner there on the bottom right. All focused, ready to go. See some smiles, see some focus, determination, sending a text. All the things you do pre-race. Look at some more information about Bristol, since we know it's in Bristol Keys, right around the mountains of Tennessee. Opened in 1960. Of course, it's been owned by what's it? Is it Speedway Corps? I don't know. But Bruton Smith and now Marcus Smith own this track, and they, it's gone through a lot of changes. Everybody, new, old Bristol, asphalt versus concrete Bristol. There's a lot of opinions, but it still puts on a fantastic show. Whether it's bottom dominant, top dominant, it's always a lot of fun. So that's what I expect to see tonight. See a little bit of bumping and banging, trying to make the high side work, trying to save a little tire on the low side. Yeah, I think we're going to see probably a wild one to start as everybody's trying to get used to it. Cooler track. Qualifying is over. And, of course, we got to give out the Jam Printing Promotions Pole Award. And look who we have here. Well, I love it. I promise I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Rod Pendleton, he's going to be on the front row in that number 23 machine. Michael Costin, they're going to be in second. Expect to see them up front all night long. Row number 2 is Patrick Drabick and Levi McCarty. Championship front runners for sure. Charlie Harcum in 5th. Christopher Morse Jr. been on a tear this season. He's going to roll off in 6th. In 7th, Zach Honda and Jacob Benson in that 8th spot. In 9th, Charles Abert and Cliff Adams rounds out your top 10. In 11th, Alex Cruz with George Jewell in 12th. In 13th is Chris Sawyer in the Reese's machine. We got Jamie Lipke there at 13th. In 14th. 15th, Timothy Stubblefield. Kevin Price in 16th. 17th, Dakota Cole and Frederick Seagraves Jr. in the 09, starting in that 18th position. In 19th, Craig Von Traeger and Logan Sturgeon in 20th. 21st is Mickey Isaac and Jacob Ellingson. Ellingson starting from the rear tonight. 23rd, Zachary Tucker with Tyler Justice in that 24th spot. 25th, John Anthony, Jacob Linke in 26th. That's going to round out your grid here tonight. Take a look at the track right now. We'll take a look at the weather. 73 degrees. This thing's going to be, I don't know, gripped up. We'll see how it drives. 50% fuel load tonight, so we'll see how that affects the cars. Usually tightens them up a little bit, so we'll see if the low line sort of becomes more dominant because of that. Everything get gridded up. Ready to get this thing underway. Well, while we're sitting here waiting, my goodness, I'm here to broadcast. I'm not here to just sit there and all of us just look at each other. But we're going to take a look at our Warrior Spotlight for this month. Daniel Kerkeel, one of my favorite guys, one of the favorite new drivers. He has been an EMT with AMR in St. Louis for 6 years, in addition to providing private 911 and transfer services. He is a part of AMR's emergency response team. He is deployed for 22 weeks to Chicago and New York to provide support during COVID crisis, as well as to Eastern Tennessee and North Carolina for hurricane relief. He serves as an admin here in this league, and man, we are glad to have him here. Daniel Kerkeel, your Warrior Spotlight for this month. It's going to be tough for me to get used to that. All right, well, let's set the pace here for the race. 100 laps. Going to be a short one, depending on how many cautions we get. Pit road speed, 35 miles an hour. 4 tire sets available. 2 green, white checkered attempts, and that 50% fuel load, which I think will be the story of the night to see how that all plays out as they come around the backstretch. What is your plan if you're one of these drivers? Well, I think you've got to just have patience. Find out where the lines are. Pick one, drive in it. A couple cars get by you. You know you can pass. You know you can make moves here at Bristol. I think you got to have that patience. You don't want to bounce it off the wall. You don't want to make contact. You don't want to be a part of the mess. So we'll see. Green flag is out. Barney is waving the hell out of it. Ryan Pendleton with a great jump as we're live here at Bristol. As they come off of turn 2, Kostick making that outside work as they come off of turn 4, and Kostick's going to lead lap number 1. As you can see, the rim riding already working for folks like Christopher Morris. Michael Kostick, the inside line, did not fire off at all. You can see the run that you get off that top side, just like what you see in real life. You keep the momentum up. You keep that car's speed rolling. Watch here as we're on board Charlie Harcum. Driving into the corner, going almost all the way up to the wall. And we got a battle for the lead here. Morris has gotten to the outside. Kostick goes up there and just elected to go back down to the bottom. That opened the door for Christopher Morris, last night's winner in the ARCA Series, and he is going to take the lead here on lap 4. Kostick maybe feeling, I don't know, he's trying to feel it out. He got to the lead, went down to the bottom, and you see he's going to go back down to the bottom. If you watch any of my broadcasts, you know that the bottom is the best place to save tire. But it comes at a cost. We got a wreck. Kevin Price has gone around. Oh, multiple drivers. Chris Sawyer, Zachary Tucker, Jacob Linke all spinning. I think John Anthony also involved along with Dakota Cole. And I'm not quite sure. I think it might have started here with the 80. Let's go back and see. Watching that red 80. We'll see if it starts in front of him, behind him, or where. Oh, it looks like Chris Sawyer goes around. And honestly, Kevin Price did a fantastic job of slowing up there. Some other drivers did not. Chris Sawyer, let's go on board with him. Watched him do this a couple times in practice. And you got to really be careful here. Watch as the back end's just going to come around. Just comes around and just there on the track. You see the 57. It looks like John Anthony trying to check up and actually does a pretty dang good job. We'll go on board with him. On board with John Anthony in the 57. Watch as it happens so fast. Watch that Reese's car. He's going to get loose. Oh. He's like a pinball down the front stretch. Well, that brings out the first caution of the night. No takers on pit road. We got 4 tire sets in the pits. You don't want to burn one too early. And honestly, track position here at Bristol, just too important. You know, what I was getting ready to say about the tires, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate the ticker. I'm surprised y'all hadn't yelled at me yet. I'm disappointed. Nobody yelled at me about the ticker, but I got it up before somebody said anything, so it sucks to be y'all. Yeah, you know, it's a tough deal. Like, you're going to lose spots on the bottom. If you're up front like Kostick was, you know, I like it. Go down to the bottom, save those tires, be good on the long run. But the top side will be pretty strong. And actually, the top side is probably pretty strong early on just because of that fuel difference. Being able to have it be a little bit tighter up there. I know Chris Sawyer probably begged to differ, but that probably helps that car rotate really good early on. Now, what I do worry about with that fuel load is it getting extremely tight later on if we do get a long run. So always something to think about here. You know, you want to save tire, but you also have to think about track position. Very hard to pass once the tires get warmed up. And so you have to play that game of, you know, what I want to do. And these restarts make it tough as well. We saw the outside fire off. I think we'll see the same here. So if you're Pendleton, if you're Kostick, if you're Harcum, you know, really your first thought is, how do I get up to the top, get this thing going, try to get in line. But we'll see what they decide to do as we get ready to go green here. Morse takes the top side. He will lead us down to the green flag into the Invets restart zone. Rolls on the throttle, gets a great jump. He'll drive off into turn 1 with the lead. Ryan Pendleton going to scoot up the track, take over that top spot. Now the battle is back here for third. Patrick Drabick on the outside. Kostick on the inside. Kostick this time making that inside work a little bit. Maybe a little bit of data he picked up from those first few laps. Found a good way to make it work, because now he's up to side by side with Ryan Pendleton, who may have made a little bit of contact with that wall right there. But look at Michael Kostick there on the bottom, and they almost make contact as the 23 gets loose off the top side. We've seen, oh, now the 4 is going to get loose. He's going to spin it down, almost makes it into pit road, and Kostick up there battling for second, now falls all the way back to 17th. But what a fantastic save. That was horrifying. Let's go back and check that one more time. Go on board with the 4. He's going to gas it up. Watch as he gets into this corner. It's just going to he's trying to catch it. Oh, man, what a fantastic save to not end up in pit road. What a great job by him. That was scary as all get out. But we are still racing. Christopher Morse still in the lead. Sort of a 3-way battle between Morris, Pendleton, and Drabick, who now Grabick has joined this battle up front. Just watch. Let's go. I'm going to actually go into his. You can see he's trying to make it work there on the bottom. Does a great job as Pendleton had to check up a little bit, but you can see the run that you get off the top side. He does really good entry to middle, but as soon as he gets off the corner, he actually has to check up there and loses all that momentum. So you can see what it takes here as the tires start to wear out a little bit, get heat in them. It makes it difficult to make these passes. So right now, Christopher Morse just watching the top line, make sure that nobody gets to his outside. That's always the danger. And it's pretty simple here. You run up against the wall as close as you can get without touching it. Back in the day, we used to do the Bristol bounce. So caution, though, out on the speedway, and Frederick Seagraves is sitting on the backstretch. And it looks like Jacob Linkey is not on the backstretch. It's Charles Abert there, sorry, in the 7, who was sitting sideways on the track. Take a look, see what happened there. They were side by side. Abert up against the wall. Oh, the same thing that happened to Chris Sawyer. Oh, big hit for Zachary Tucker. See a couple drivers sneak through. But we've seen that a couple times so far, just getting loose right there on the exit. And I think that's because the fuel load, see, he's having to put a lot of wheel into it. You don't really want to be putting that much wheel into it. You see, he's really got it cranked, so when he unloads off that top line, it just gets light on him, and he spins out. Oh. He'll come down pit road. They do have a faster pair. A couple drivers already used theirs. Zachary Tucker, we saw him involved there. He comes down, takes his faster pair. Charles Abert, John Anthony, Jacob Linkey have all taken their faster pairs multiple laps down now at this point for those drivers. Well, already messy here early. I don't think it's been contact from other drivers, just been navigating this track, the way this car and track are driving at the moment with cooler temperatures. And I definitely think that lighter fuel load is going to make a huge difference on how just the car drives throughout the whole run. I mean, that's half the weight of a normal, the setups. These setups are made by iRacing. The Wednesday night and the Friday night series are made by Makoni, but we use the iRacing setups, and they're made on full fuel. So these things are balanced around having a full tank of fuel. So when you take that out, you take weight out of the back end, and it makes it a lot tighter. The front end wants to dig into the track. You're having to put more wheel into it. And here at Bristol, you've got the banking to help you, but you still need that right rear. You need the car to rotate on throttle, and if it's not doing that, you get these push loose conditions. It looks like they're loose, but what they're trying to do is fight the car to get it to rotate off the top, and then once the weight unloads off the top side onto the straightaway, it just comes around. So I think these guys are dealing with sort of a tight condition. But under green again, InVet's restart zone. Great jump there for Christopher Morse again. Some driver in a whoever is in the pink, Zach Horner, did not get a great jump. George Jewell had to check up just a little bit. You see last week's winner, as we got Ryan Pendleton going for the lead. Man, I missed that completely. Pendleton must have had a hell of a run and got to the inside. I was trying to show some other drivers that gun. We had a battle for the lead. I like it. Morse not waiting around, though. He's right on that back bumper, trying to pressure him into a mistake. We saw Pendleton go down to the inside to make that move. We'll see if Morse is going to be able to do the same thing. Pendleton can sort of just park it up there. Now, the outside line gives you, especially the leader, a huge advantage. And if you're that second, person, like we'll go on board here with Morse. See how close they are to the wall. See how close he is to Ryan Pendleton. If Pendleton gets in the wall and that wall grabs him, Morse may not have anywhere to go. So you see kind of shading down a little bit. That's what you have to do, I think, right there, that's a scary place to be. You're putting a lot of trust in Pendleton. As you see, he's really fighting that car on exit. You're putting a lot of trust in Pendleton and not make contact with the wall or even make contact yourself. As he does get into the wall, has to check up a little bit. But if you're right behind another driver and he gets in the wall, you're going right into the back of him. So it is a nerve-wracking game, especially back here in this traffic. Look how many drivers we've got. Just under a blanket is now Patrick Drabick make contact with the 79. 79 going to drive up the track into the wall. I don't know who initiated it, but Denson. Going to fall back, lose a couple spots. Here comes Levi McCarty making moves down on the bottom. The bottom seems to work for some folks. Able to make it stick. Levi going to stick up in front of Jacob Denson. He's made it in the top 5. Ellingson has moved up 15 spots. Did not qualify tonight. I don't know if he had a penalty or what was the case, but he has not been wasting any time. Jacob Ellingson trying to go for 2 in a row here in the Xfinity Series. Last night was having a fantastic run and just got caught on the bad side of a fuel situation and was not able to get all the way to the end. Had to come down pit road, lost his 2nd place because of it. I know he wants to try to make it happen now. As you can see, sort of a traffic jam there on the outside. Got Morse, Drabick, Ellingson, McCarty, Denson, and Harcum all there under a blanket, all running that outside line. Drabick starting to be aggressive here, going to drive down to the inside. We'll see if he can complete that pass. Does really good there. We'll see if he can make it stick in this corner. And, man, Drabick just with authority drive down to the inside. Morse looks like he has hurt those tires real bad. I don't know if the contact with the wall was enough as the 27 gets loose. He's spinning just like Michael Kostick. Able to hang on to it, though. All that ground he gained, he's going to lose it all, falling back outside the top 10. But a great save, another great save. Kostick is actually out of it. I was checking in on what happened to him, but he is gone. So not really sure what happened to the number 4 who we saw spin out earlier. I don't know if he had a black flag and just didn't want to serve it or what, but hate to see that for the 4. Well, Ryan Pendleton out to a 2nd lead over his teammate Patrick Drabick as they run 1-2. Right now, Ryan Pendleton is setting the pace. George Jewell, the only driver last time by that was even close to his lap time. So Pendleton putting in the work here, but you see he's running that outside line. Drabick running the inside. That time, Drabick was 2/10 faster. And the allure of the top side is just, it's too much. Watch on board with Pendleton. Look how close he is to that wall. Like a surgeon, just right up against the wall. Makes a little bit of contact, working the throttle, getting that run off the corner. So detrimental to your tires. It is such a tough deal, but once the tires are getting worn, I'm just interested to see later on in this tire run. They're now almost 50 laps in on this set of tires. I wonder if that inside line has any teeth left. You see, he is constantly making contact with the wall, and I think that is helping Drabick out quite a bit, who has sort of been committed to that bottom line, and it is working for the 07. Lap traffic of Chris Sawyer right in front. It's going to kind of change this. Either driver wants him to go in there. The other's lane looks like he's going to stay the bottom, so Drabick going to kind of move up to the middle lane just a little bit. Sawyer going to stay low and let them right on through. That's going to put him 1 lap down in that 21 machine. to see if Drabick can take over the lead. Now down to the inside. It's a great run through that corner. Down to the inside again. And this side-by-side racing. Oh, they make contact. Drabick down to the inside. Saves it and keeps on going as we got behind them. Chris Morse, Levi McCarty were battling side-by-side. They get single file to let the lap car go, and they are pulling up closer to these top two leaders. I definitely think Drabick running the bottom is a little bit faster at the moment. And when he could go all the way to the wall and then drive down to the bottom, he has been really fast. But where you start to see that bottom line suffer is when you have to enter down on the low side. You could see he had to check up quite a bit to get the car to rotate through the middle. And, oh, that's going to help out a lot as Pendleton going to get into the wall. And here comes Chris Morris down to the inside to take over second. Pendleton going to try to fight back there on the inside. Nothing doing. Drabick now out front. We got a big battle back here. It's Harcum side by side with George Jewell. George Jewell up 6 spots where he started. Working that bottom line. I think we're seeing where the bottom line can be strong. These guys who are up there running it. Now, of course, he's going to run into the back end of the 21. If he's not careful, as the 27 going to have to check up. As Chris Sawyer all out of shape. And, oh, it's Harcum in the 26, hard into the wall. We got action all around this whole field. Up here, we got a battle for third. Excuse me. After that contact with the wall, Pendleton falling back here. Tires starting to fade. As we're quickly going to run through this race. This is going to be one of the fastest races of the season. 100 laps at Bristol is nothing. I think they might have thought there were some cautions going to be thrown. There have been a couple, but it has been green flag ever since. 58 laps on tires. And I can click anywhere and there's battles. See Ellingson rejoining the battle. He's only after that half spin he's only 3.3 seconds off the lead, so that 27 is still mighty fast. Now, right now, he's got nowhere to go. Ellingson gonna drive down to the bottom. Hasn't quite cleared Harcum just yet. But here comes Jacob Ellingson. Drives in the middle track trying to get the run off the corner. Still can't clear him. Ellingson driving back up towards the front. Harcum is really trying to hold on to that spot. Can't do it. Let's move back up towards the front. Christopher Morris all over the back bumper of Drabick. But this is a side-by-side battle for third as Ryan Pendleton tried to hold on. As you can see, the 81 all over the 07. Lap traffic. More of it coming into play. I need 2 screens here. I need like one to show a battle, one to show the lead. Battle is Morse is gonna hit the 07 as they're trying to navigate around the lap traffic, and the 81 actually lets him back up. What a great move by the 81. Obviously didn't mean to run into the back of him, and the 07 now hard into the wall. There is all kinds of action going on. I love it. Woo! We're closing down on the end of this thing. I don't know when they have to pit, if they have to pit at all. They have half the fuel load that they normally would. We'll see if they can make it all the way. It's got to be interesting to I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they can do on fuel. We continue to watch this battle for the lead as Morse continues to put pressure. He was falling back, may have done a little bit of saving. All over the back bumper of the 07. The 07 giving him the outside. See the run that the 81 gets. Now he's going to drive right down to his bumper. Looks down to the inside. Great opportunity as the 07 pinches him down. Wow. Playing with fire. Chris Remorse been in winning position in the Xfinity Series multiple times this season, has yet to get it done. Going for his first win. He's got 3 in the ARCA Series, but he's looking for his first here in the Xfinity Series. Drabick going for win number 2. He'll be the only driver with multiple wins so far in this season. A lot on the line, and it's all up here up front. 30 laps to go in this one. It is flying by. McCarty got around Pendleton, and Pendleton has fallen back to the 6th position. But here comes Jacob Ellingson along with Cliff Adams. Cliff Adams, now, he came down pit road on lap, he came down about, he came on lap 20 or so. Ellingson coming down pit road. I think he's making a pit stop. Ooh, scared me. So Cliff Adams is coming on fresh tires. He has about 20 lap fresher tires than these guys. And here comes, I don't know what's going on. Oh, Ellingson has to back into his stall. I think he wasn't prepared. As here comes some leaders. Ryan Pendleton coming down pit road. So pit road wide open. Mistakes already for Ellingson. Here comes Pendleton. Chris Remorse. When do they come down pit road? Here they come now. Into pit road, and boy, Patrick was really on it. Do not want to speed here. This could be everything here tonight. Who wins the battle off pit road? This could be. Oh, and Drabick has to back up just a little bit. Mistakes on pit road, making a difference here tonight. Will he get out ahead? Who's going to win the battle off? This is going to be a huge race. Morse down and away, and that one mistake by the 07 gives what would be the lead to Christopher Morse Jr. as they come off of pit road. No black flags for speeding. Big there for the 07. 07 was fast on fresh tires, so he'll be able to put some pressure on. There's not a whole lot of time. Not really any time to be saving tires, that's for sure. So Drabick going to go on the hunt here quickly, knowing how important it is to get that track position down to the inside. This is a battle for 6th and 7th at the moment, but will be the lead if we cycle around. Up front, it is Levi McCarty leading the way, hoping for a caution, because that would solidify his position up here. Cliff Adams, who probably can go a little bit longer. I'm thinking Cliff Adams might be able to make it on fuel, so I don't know what's going to happen here. He's going to eat up by fresh tires, I know that, but 20 laps to go. He has 20 lap fresher tires. I wonder if he can make it on fuel or not. But go back to what might be the lead if everything cycles around. The 07-81, they are laying down some lap times. Their fastest laps of the race. The last few laps, and they continue. Christopher Moore sets the fastest lap of the race as he pulls away a little bit. And here comes Levi McCarty. Going to give up the lead. Caution is out. Caution is out on the speedway, and I don't know who for. I do not know who this is for. We'll see if maybe we can find out. Oh, it's Jacob Linke. He was 20-something laps down, and we can see the aftermath of it. Watches the 37. He can just, he gets in the wall and falls down to the inside, and that's what brings out the caution. Oh, my goodness. It almost makes contact with multiple drivers. So, my goodness. Well, for Levi McCarty, it worked out perfectly. For Cliff Adams, they were able to come down pit road. Charles Abert is going to come down pit road, and Christopher Morse Jr. and Patrick Dravick will have to take the wave around. So Levi McCarty staying out when he did might have just won him the race with that caution. Dravick, Morse, they were racing for what would have been the lead. However, they were a lap down, so they're going to have to take the wave around, most likely. I don't know who might be the actual lucky dog. It might be Morse. But they came down 8 laps ago. Cliff Adams, Levi McCarty. Levi is down pit road now. I think he might have come down pit road and then exited. I'm not sure. He might have been on pit road whenever all that happened. Let's see if we can find that out. He did 4 tires right there. Yeah, I think here he is right here on pit road. It's not a penalty if the caution comes out and you're on pit road and you make your pit stop. It is a penalty. And the caution came out. He stays out. Has to go back around and pit, but he's on the lead lap. So he'll come out in 3rd. So this changed everything. Cliff Adams now out front. He will assume the lead. I'm just not sure if he was going to make it on fuel. I think he could have. So, well, if you hadn't been excited, already, you better get excited because this is going to be insane here. These last 15 laps are going to be crazy. You get the 1 to green here. And looks like we're going to extend the caution maybe 1 more lap to allow everything to kind of get settled in. Allow race control to get everything figured out. And for some reason, Charles Abert falling through the field. I don't see him with a black flag, but he is definitely having to let the whole field by. So he may have been the lucky dog. And not really sure, but we're going green. Holy cow. A wacky restart there. A whole weird little deal. And old Cliff Adams is going to get a black flag along with Levi McCarty. As Chris Morse trying to take it 3 wide. Black flags were cleared, so they're good to go. Must have been some lineup issue. But up front, Cliff Adams trying to hang on and win. You can see the 18 making it work on the outside. Cliff's going to have to get up there and make something happen. They're 3 wide back behind him. Morse down to the inside. The 18 gets loose. He's trying to save it. He does. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the 09 is up here at the front. I have no idea. He is the last driver on the lead lap. Christopher Morse is in the lead. So a lot of confusion there on my end because I had no idea what was going on there. So there is a lap car up here in the way. It is a battle for the lead, though, as here comes the 18 of Levi McCarty. 9 laps to go. What is the 09 doing? I don't know. I think he might have been hoping for a caution, but he is the lucky dog, so he'll be able to get that lucky dog. And the caution does come out. So, good for him. He kind of moved out of the way there, and that's going to work out in his favor. He's going to get to go around, but the caution comes out for the 23. The Nasties machine of Ryan Pendleton has some sort of issue. Let's go back and see what happened to him. See, he was really driving it there. I don't know if he got a little bit loose here trying to get. Yeah, it's just same thing we've seen all night off that top side early on. He spins out and brings out. Brings out the caution. Christopher Morse able to work his way through that. So such a bummer for Cliff Adams, who I thought might have a chance to hold these guys off with those fresher tires. But Morse, Patrick Dravick making it work. Levi McCarty has 9-lap fresher tires. So does Cliff Adams. And we saw McCarty, he was probably banging his desk as that caution came out because he was ready to put a little pressure. You have to wait a couple laps. If you have fresher tires versus older tires, the older tires can hold pretty steady for the first lap. And then once they get up to temp, the wear starts to show itself. So Levi is going to need a lot of help to get up to the top side, get it wound up for a lap, and then go after it. He really does not want to see any cautions because Morse is going to have the restart. He's got control of the restart. He's going to be on the outside. He's going to fire off good. So the 18 is going to need 2 or 3 laps to really get it rolling and have an opportunity to make that pass. All the while holding off an 07 that has been battling for the lead all night. This is going to be the quickest race of the season by a long shot. We are not even 45 minutes into this race, and it is almost over. As we're going to get the one to go this time by. The 81 of Christopher Morse. Going to take the outside line. Levi down on the inside. Cliff Adams going to be on the outside behind the 81. If you're that 98, you need to be right on the 81's bumper, and you got to time it just right because you don't want to let that 18 get up in front of you because he'll be gone. Here we go. Coming to 4 laps to go here at Bristol at the Hidden Wit Brewing Company Xfinity Series. Christopher Morse control the restart. Getting ready to go into the Invets restart zone. Gasses it up. Levi McCarty gets a great jump. Going to jump up to the outside. He's going to get it wound up. Will those fresh tires make a difference? Look at the run he gets. Going to shoot down to the inside. Inside of the 81. The 81 and 18. They're set. Oh, my goodness. McCarty lays down some rubber coming off the bottom. Morris fighting hard on the outside. The 18 can't get the power down. He's going to have to go back in again. The caution going to come out another time, and it's Frederick Seagraves who just got back on the lead lap. '09 trying to make some moves here. It sort of gets sort of a cluster here. See exactly what happened. We'll check up in front of him. Little bang, bang, and oh, man, hard hit. And John Anthony again with a big hit, that 57 machine. So well, we have 2 green-white checkers. So this will be the first of 2. No surprise that we would use both green-white checkers here tonight. Man, great effort there by Levi McCarty there on that restart. Morse really doing a great job as well to see the 25 of Zach Hanna goes around the outside as the lucky dog. I think Levi had as about as good as restart as he can do. That's why I said it's going to take more laps than I think he's got. I think Morse has got a great opportunity here to get this win, get his first of the season. Long overdue for that 81 machine here in the Xfinity Series. But a lot can happen. How bad is Levi McCarty? He wants to get his first win of the season as well. Patrick Rabbit going for 2 in a row. Cliff Adams loved to beat all of them. While we're waiting on them to go back green, let's take a look at the schedule, and you can see we're dang near halfway through. Just a few more weeks, and we will be. We got Bristol tonight. We got Chicagoland, which will be a blast, and then Watkins Glen, which I cannot wait for Watkins Glen. I think that'll be a lot of fun to watch. We got Kentucky, North Wilkesboro, Kansas. Such a great run the back half of the season. North Wilkesboro into Kansas, into Charlotte, Richmond, Auto Club, and Talladega. I don't know about those last 2, but then Championship 4 at Texas. Every series is going to be crowning the champions in the great state of Texas. I don't know why I said that. I don't know if it's a great state or not. That's what they tell me. Well, now here we are. Green, white, checker. If you don't know the rules, I'll tell it to you real quick. They got it. Green flag. If they take the white, the race is over. They're going to race back to the checkered. If they get a yellow before that, they'll rack them up and do it again. Down into the Invets restart zone. Great jump for Morse, but also a great jump for the 18. Last time he got a great run off the top side. Can he do it again? Here comes Patrick Drabick. The 18 checks up just a little bit. Actually kind of stalls his run out a little bit. Let's see if he can make it work this time. The 07 is going to be there in a heartbeat. McCarty, white flag is out. They're going to just one more lap. Can McCarty get it done? Can Morse get it done? Into the final corner. McCarty can't do it. Morse takes the checker flag here at Bristol. And the 18 gives the 81 a shove into the final quarter. And there he is, your winner, Christopher Morse Jr. Finally gets it done, and he will be in victory lane. He'll get to celebrate. He messaged me almost after every race this season and says, I thought I was going to get talked to you tonight. Well, tonight's the night, buddy. You're going to be talking to me as the winner of Bristol. Let's take a short break, and let's thank our sponsors, our great sponsors, and then we'll be back for the interviews and your final results. We'll be right back.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
All right, we're back here. And let's take a look at your results. Christopher Morse Jr. finally gets his win. Levi McCarty going to come home in second. Patrick Drabick rounds out your podium here tonight. Cliff Adams going to come home in fourth with George Jewell in that fifth position. Great top five for him. Jacob Denson in sixth. Jacob Ellingson in seventh. Charlie Harcum in eighth. Ryan Pendleton in ninth. Alex Cruz in the top 10. In 11th, it's going to be Chris Sawyer. In 12th, Charles Abert. Zach Horner in 13th. Timothy Stubblefield in 14th. Kevin Price in 15th. Frederick Seagraves Jr. in 16th. Jamie Lipke 17th. John Anthony in 18th. Zachary Tucker in 19th. And Jacob Lipke in 20th. 21st, Michael Kostick, Dakota Cole, Logan Sturgeon, Tyler Justice, Craig Bontrager, Mickey Eisen. They never turned a lap. So it ends with Cole there. Well, let's take a look at our podium finishers, and let's see if they're in here as of yet. They are. So we're going to start with your race winner, and we're going to get Christopher Morse in here. Let's get him up into the booth. Chris, this Eddie in the booth got a copy.
Oh my goodness, Eddie, I got you.
Well, you've been messaging me after almost every race going. I thought I was going to get to talk to you tonight. Well, tonight's tonight. You're going to get to talk to me, and you finally got that win in the Xfinity Series. 2 nights in a row, you got the win. How you feeling right now?
Feels pretty good, man. I've been struggling with this Xfinity car really since I got on iRacing, and I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit. I've just had some bad luck the last few weeks, and it just kind of went my way tonight. I don't really know what to say. I did not expect to win this.
Well, you had a great battle early, and you were in great position after those pit stops. And just like it always seems to happen in the middle of green flag cycle, caution comes out. When the caution came out there, kind of what were your thoughts?
Of course. you know, I figured it was over. I didn't know I was going to get I thought we weren't going to get the wave around. I thought the leader stayed out. So I was pretty sure it was going to come down to me and Pat fighting for the lucky dog, and he was fast. So there's no guarantee we were going to get another caution or that I was going to get the lucky dog. So once I realized we got the wave around, that restart was pretty messy there. And I just was sending it on the bottom. There was no way I was getting passed by Pat before we got around those guys. So I got around him, and I don't think Pat ever did. We were just able to hold him off on the last few restarts there.
Yeah. Really not much to say about those final restarts. I mean, McCarty tried a couple times, but that outside line, even with the older tires, able to hold off. It seemed like early that top side was pretty strong. You kind of committed to that top side, but some guys were making the bottom work. What was sort of your feel about the top versus the bottom tonight?
Yeah, it was interesting. I practiced the bottom a little bit, and it just didn't seem like there was any speed there, which there hasn't been here for a long time. And I don't know. It seemed like, I mean, obviously, like 20, 30 laps into that first run, my tires were smoked. And then I fell back to fourth, fifth, whatever that was. And they started fighting up there. And I was watching Pat, and he was using the bottom. And it seemed like he was able to use the bottom and gain on Ryan because Ryan had lost his tires up top. So I went down there and started doing that, was able to catch him. But if you were trying to make time and you could hold it, you definitely needed to be on the top because even if you could get the run into the corner, you were never getting it up off the corner because there's somebody up there. So it was interesting. I felt like it came in a little bit towards the middle of the run, but it quickly vanished.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on the final restart, you had decently fresh tires. You were able to kind of make it work there on the outside. After getting that wave around, y'all were able to get through sort of some traffic there and got back up to the front. Man, finally got that win. I think we covered it all, man. What do you got? What do you got to say? What do you got to thank here tonight?
Man, I got to thank Levi for running me clean. He could have easily doored me or, done whatever. It's Bristol. I wouldn't have been mad at him. So I guess he's not going to want to hear that now. But, I thank him for running me clean. Thank Pat for not dumping me after I almost dumped him there trying to get through traffic. And then all the guys that support this thing, man. Goat Locker, I've watched it grow a lot. It's super impressive. But Lincoln Tech, Save 22, Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs, you guys for doing the broadcast, and of course Hidden Wit Brewery for sponsoring the series. It's a lot of fun, man.
All right. Locked into the playoffs. Christopher Morse Jr. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you, man. Look forward to talking to you some more, hopefully.
That's right. Well, we got to get our second place finisher in here. Levi McCarty comes home in second. Levi, man, what a great effort from you tonight. You were up front battling all race long and came up just a little bit short. That gummit. Another pit road thing where you had to come down pit road with that yellow flag came out and didn't stop, and it worked out in your favor. What else could you have done there?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not cut the dog leg last week and had to start from the back. That probably would have been the best thing for tonight. But hey, it's been a long time overdue, and I'm running a couple of different series and just haven't been racing how I am really capable of, and just a bad stretch. It happens. So I'm hoping tonight is the start of kind of turning that around and all three series. But yeah, fun race. That long caution run or long green flag run there was a lot of fun coming up through the field and battling with some of these guys. Yeah, that Christopher did a great job of kind of defending the high line, and the first restart he kind of let me get up there, and I got a big run, and then there was another caution. But yeah, I didn't really have much time to kind of see where he had a weakness, and it kind of bit me there at the end.
Yeah, and that caution during that green flag cycle kind of threw a confusion into almost everything, and you kind of you were already down on pit road. How quickly were you able to make that decision of, oh crap, I can't come to a stop. I gotta go back out on track.
Yeah, just kind of a split second call. I think I had point 0.6 of a lap of fuel when I came back out onto the track. So just kind of hoping that we weren't going to run out there, shutting it off and just kind of rolling around, and I was able to do that. So it paid off big tonight.
Yeah. Well, and I talked to Chris before you got in here, and he said that you could have dumped him and he would have understood. So, probably not what you wanted to hear at the end of the race, but maybe something to think about. He said it's Bristol. If you would have moved him, he would have understood. So,
Nah, I mean and that's kind of the good thing about league race. Like I've been racing a lot of officials, and you can do that, and you might not see the person again for a
yeah,
while, but
yeah,
I mean you gotta face the music pretty soon, and with some of these guys, I mean it's literally the next night, so
yeah.
just trying to race as clean and hard as possible. I mean it'll pay off in the long run.
Well, you're able to get the second place finish here tonight. As always, man, who do you have to thank?
Yeah, I'll just start out by thanking Fairfield Auto Group, Fairfield Motorsports. Appreciate everything those guys do, and yeah, Jam Printing and Promotions. They're obviously putting on the series, and yeah, just appreciate everything they do for GLR and making it a great place to come in and run. And then I appreciate everything you do on the broadcast. Definitely enjoy going back and watching them. You put on a top-notch production, tonight, and then this Friday night as well. Doing the production for that stuff, it's really high-quality stuff. And then lastly, Alexander PCs. Appreciate everything they do.
All right, well, there you have it. Second place finisher led 8 laps tonight. Almost got it done, but second place for Levi McCarty. Well, we got to bring in a third place finisher, and he's been waiting patiently, and that is Patrick Dravitt. Pat, man, what Bristol always delivers, but
Yeah,
not everybody
yeah.
is happy once it delivers. It's like a really good pizza party, pizza delivery for one person, and everybody else sort of gets a little bit sad. Come home third place. You had a really good shot at the win there.
Yeah.
You'll talk to me about your race.
Man, I was just having a whole heck of a lot of fun here tonight. I committed to the low line. I've gotten beat at this track so many times, especially in this car, by guys just sticking to the low line. So when I came into tonight's race, I'm like, that's where I'm going to put the car. And, I was able to track down Ryan, there in that first run, until he doored me. Actually, I think he just got loose and got me together. And but got up there and got to lead some laps and everything like that. And then it got all jumbled up with the green flag stops, which is insane. We did green flag stops here at Bristol Motor Speedway, which is awesome. But I just had an absolute blast battling with Chris and Ryan and then Levi there up at the end. Man, it was just a ton of fun.
Yeah, Bristol seems to always to deliver, and tonight seemed like the car was nice and racy, and you could move around, try to find some speed, and you could be have a little benefit from running the bottom. And some guys found success up top. I think that's what you want out of a track. So Bristol
Oh
always
yeah.
seeming to deliver. You weren't able to get your second win. That's sort of a bummer. Everybody, you kind of, I think maybe you're just you're being. It's like Christmas. You're trying to give out some gifts here, and you're giving out wins to other guys, which is so nice of you after winning like 4 or 5 at the end of the season last season. So, uh, man, congratulations on third place as always. Who you have to thank?
But you and these analogies tonight, man, pizza parties by yourself and Christmas gifts, man. You're on a hell
Like
of
a
a
sack
roll.
of crackers, you don't know what you're gonna get. Who you got to thank?
That makes no sense whatsoever. None. But I definitely want to thank iRacing and everything that they're doing here for Goat Locker Racing. Our partnership continues to grow and get bigger, and I know I talk about it each and every time, but you're going to see, Goat Locker Racing on their channels here soon with some races and everything. So that's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Above the Yellow Line with Taylor Kitchen, I think we talk about her all the time and what she's doing, not only with her podcast, but what she's doing in real life. She's down there in Daytona, probably interviewing drivers right now. So proud of what she's doing, and so proud to be aligned with her and working with her and her organization. Sim Motion. Hey, if you need some sim equipment, go to Sim Motion. Just type in your little discount code of Goat Locker. And they've got everything: wheels, pedals, sim rigs, you name it, and all the different brands too, from Sim Magic to Who Sync Belt to you name it. They got it for you. And of course, Hidden Whip Brewery. Awesome to still have them as the sponsor of this series. Awesome to have them on the side of this car. And yeah, tonight was a whole heck of a lot of fun. Glad to bring this 07 Chevy Camaro home with a third place finish.
Yes, sir. Well, you can catch him on Tuesday Talk on save22.vet. He was on this morning. It was a great show. If you want to go learn more about Pat, learn his story, go check it out. Save at Save22Vet on YouTube. Go check it out. Congratulations, Pat.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Boy, what a great race. Congratulations to Christopher Morse. Bristol just seems to always deliver, and it did tonight. Great race. Thanks again to our major sponsors that we talked about. All of our sponsors are major, but here in the Xfinity Series, Hidden Whip Brewing Company is the main thing. We want to thank them. Also want to thank Lincoln Tech. They don't get enough love around here, as they are one of the biggest partners for Goat Locker, and want to shout them out. They are the overall sponsor of the Spring Series. And of course, we want to thank Save22, the sponsor of Goat Talk. Maybe something else. Who knows? We're so glad to have the partnership with Save22. Go check those guys out. They deserve a lot of love and support. They've got a channel they got going on right now. They're doing a weekly Tuesday podcast. If you're a vet, or if you're a family member of a vet and you want to learn more about what's going on inside the minds of these guys, and if you're a vet, obviously to have that community, man, what great guys they seem to be, and looking forward to talking with them more. We'll see. But I'm Eddie Smith. I'm with B Speed. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all later.